Allora, primo episodio di Indonesia Trip. Questo è il primo movie. Stiamo andando a noleggiare i motorini. Un po' sketchy qui in Indonesia, però diciamo che ci fidiamo dell'abilità del pilota.
Non io.
Sì! Oh!
So we had the back-to-back rounds in Indonesia, and something that the whole paddock profited from was a couple of days in between the GPs to really experience the island and to enjoy Lombok. There was so much to see and do, and it was really a tourist's dream. We had jet skiing, we had waterfalls, beaches, just sampling the amazing food, the amazing culture. And it's so nice for us, from being on the other side of the world, to really make those memories, and it's something that we'll all be looking forward to next year.
Hey. Ready to go play some golf.
Really?
Yeah. It's actually pretty cool here, the golf place.
Is golf your favorite sport?
No, it's motocross. How can you even ask this question? So yeah, it's Friday here in Indonesia, second round here in Indonesia actually. So we're gonna play some golf now. It's like 10 o'clock in the morning, we go play some golf now. But it's an hour drive, so on the way back we'll stop at the track, have a look at the new track layout, and then yeah, mechanics will do all the checks for the helmets, bikes, and we see how the track is, and then we get ready for this weekend.
He's staying in a different hotel from me, like yeah, from the team they book at a different hotel, but yeah, we stay together and yeah, work together a little bit. Sunshine. I grew up in Indonesia. For the last few years, I started going to Europe to race with JM Honda. Yeah, I stayed there for like 3 months in a year because yeah, it's a limitation from the visa. And then yeah, I do the same again this year.
Yeah, I didn't race last year. I still 125.
Yeah, he just moved up to 250 this year. And actually, like last weekend, it's the first time we race together.
Yeah.
So it's yeah, kind of special for us.
Nice.
So always, the brother is always a big competition with everything. But yeah, it's a special one.
Who's the fastest rider?
Between us two.
Yeah.
Me.
No.
Yeah, now in front of the home crowd and my family, my friends also here, and yeah, with him racing, it's a nice feeling. I never thought the MXGP would come to our country because yeah, I watched the GP from back in the days. Yeah, I never thought they will come here, and I will yeah, have a chance to ride with them. So it's yeah, it's amazing. Too easy. Yeah, maybe we try again. Let's see how it is. How is the maximum? Oh, this is hard. Oh, I can only do one. Yeah. Jesus, yeah. Maximum. Yeah, we didn't have more. I was already watching some videos of motocross with my father when I was a kid. I was like maybe 5 or 6 years old. And then one time we go on a family trip. We see one car, open fan, and there is some small bikes in there. And then my father just go in the side and then tell him to stop and to ask how can I get this bike? And then yeah, they exchange the number, and then we go to the shop, and then that's how I started riding. Yeah.
Delvintor Alfarizi, a young Indonesian rider, and a couple of years ago he got the huge opportunity with the JM Racing Astra Honda team. He moved from Indonesia over to Europe in Belgium, and we've got to think that the culture shock that we had going to Indonesia, that's something that he would have been experiencing when he moved to Belgium in Lombok.
Yeah, I come from Jakarta, which is like actually quite far from Lombok. But yeah, it's really special to race in my home country, and yeah, like even though I still know a lot of people in Lombok, and yeah, I come there actually like a few times before to have a holiday. It's like a really nice places, and yeah, before like I only watched the GP in like when I was a kid, like in the television. Like yeah, to have a race in Indonesia like is unbelievable, and to be able to race it, it's like yeah, it's a dream come true.
Coming into his second season and being with the team under the watchful eye of Jackie Martins, he's starting to enjoy his racing. He's starting to build that speed, and the team are starting to see that potential in him.
This is the second year with Alfarizi. In the beginning, I get the request to get an Indonesian rider in MX2. We took the challenge and we go for it.
No stress, we will handle it.
Yeah, like everything was different, like in Europe, and yeah, last year it was like a learning year for me. Like even now, I'm still learning the European way. Like everything moves so fast, and like even the people, and then also in the like with the track, it's so different. Like before, I didn't even know like one route to train in Indonesia, because we didn't have. It's only like a flat track, like a concrete basically. And yeah, with all the sand in Lommel, and then the big routes, deep routes in France, is like everything is so new, and yeah, I have to learn a lot.
We worked hard, keep pushing, keep motivating, all for to get him on a level good enough to get the maximum out of it. And yeah, this year for me, we make a big step.
It's hugely important for the sport of MXGP to have Delvintor lining up behind the gate, because he's not only the only Indonesian rider on an officially approved team, but he's the only Asian rider. So he's got that job of flying the flag for a huge market, for a huge fan base. And instead of really crumbling under that pressure, after speaking to him, he's really embracing it and he's really enjoying it. And most importantly, he's proud to be lining up behind the gate in Europe, racing, living his dream.
They teach me a lot, like on and off the track. Yeah, it's really made a lot easier, I think, for me. Otherwise, I couldn't do anything that I do now.
Finally, now he's a racer. And I think in 2 years we did a real good job.
I want to be able to race with the guys, because like yeah, we come so far, I think, and finally like this year I can go a little bit with them, like with the pace and everything, and yeah, it's I say amazing experience.
You owe me.
What? A good steak.
I'd say a good lobster. We can go to the place we went to last night.
Tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's spicy lobster again.
Why not?
Yeah, it's true.
It was 500 grams. What are you laughing about?
How many pounds is that?
Let's see. 1.1.
So 1 pound is?
Yeah, so 500 grams is roughly 1 pound.
Is it?
Yeah, because 2.2 pounds is a kilo.
Well, I don't know that.
After Arco that I did a top 3 there, I moved up to MXGP. It was not in my plan, let's say. My plan was to finish the season in MX2, this 2024. But then Yamaha came up with this offer for me. let's say, it was a difficult decision, especially because I showed that I can be in the top 3 guys in the MX2 class, so I showed that I could do some podium this season. And also was my first season, so I never did a full World Championship season, let's say. So do it in an MXGP class is something, I think, something else than MX2, of course.
I'm gonna cut the coconut, eh?
For the thing?
Yeah.
Do you want me to go get it?
No, we go there.
You go there. Are you gonna cut it yourself?
What?
Are you gonna cut it yourself?
Yeah.
Do not cut off your finger.
Yeah, no, I do. I can do? You do? Yeah. Yes, yes. And then there you have, yeah.
For you?
Here. This is the one that you do like this, right? Yeah, yes. No problem.
So to make that choice was really difficult for me, but at the end I tried to challenge myself a lot, and I like that. So yeah, I take that that decision that Yamaha take, I take it with 2 hands, and now I'm racing in MXGP.
Good, eh?
Yeah, moving up, let's say, to MXGP is more like you feel more that it's a real job, let's say. It's more a real thing, let's say. You cannot go and play so much around like you if you are young in MX2 class, you know. There everybody's really serious and everybody's there hungry to win. You see the faces are a bit different, let's say. There you want to have more fun, here they are lions, so I'm having fun with it.
The boss gonna show it. Coconut open. Ready to drink. Voila. Now we are talking. Thank you, eh? Thank you very much. Give me my coconut here.
Yeah, what'd you do?
Huh? I think it was a flying coconut. So she said to do this. I don't know why.
If you would have done it a little nicer all the way around, it would have looked like a flower.
I didn't want to cut one finger.
God bless to that.
I think it's coming better and better. I know we need to adapt again at the power from the bike, and you need to adapt, but you know, it's quite quick to learn, and yeah, I think it's in a good way to be with the big boys, yes.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Asia. It's the MXGP of Lombok, round 12 of 20 as we continue our MXGP journey in Asia. It's another warm day here, but there's a very welcome breeze out there on this racetrack today. The circuit could be the deciding factor in all of this though, as we will run in the opposite direction this time around.
Whenever you decide to run a GP at the same venue, it's always going to be a challenge for the track crews to work out how we can mix things up and change things around. So the first change they made was the first corner now wasn't 180 over the foxhole shot line. The foxhole shot line stayed, but it was more of a wide 90-degree left flowing into the right-hand turn 2. And from there, we're going backwards all of a sudden. You know, the track is in the opposite direction. Then also when you came past the pit lane, tight left, which was the old turn 2, but we couldn't go up to the sweeping corner now and reutilize that first turn. So they kind of did a short straight, tight turn, and that charged us right the way down towards the final corner.
From the first weekend, the MXGP of West Nusa Tenggara was a fantastic weekend for Kaiser Wolf. Just 1 point dropped second behind Lucas on Saturday, but 2 fantastic race wins on the Sunday. And his first GP win since Sardinia in April, and building it up to over a 60-point lead. But I could tell from Lucas Koonen's face on the podium from that first GP, he was not happy one bit at all. He's for sure going to make them pay this second weekend.
Lucas Koonen, he crosses the line. He wins race 1. Langenfelder does hang on for second. De Wolf hangs on for third.
You got a feel for Mikael Harrup after that first MXGP of West Nusa Tenggara, because he lost a great position with a last lap crash in each of the races in that first GP. So that deprived him of an overall podium that he's been really searching for since the opening round, has not been on the podium since Argentina. Mikael Harrup must have had just bogeys to deal with in his mind all the time. That was really bad. Sorry, no, that was a really bad line. So it will be a real test for him this second weekend in Indonesia, even if he's right at the sharp end.
That's very good.
Oh, and Sasha Koonen out of third place, opening lap. Lucas Koonen, oh, the back end. How did Langenfelder save that? He didn't save the lead. Koonen was already past him.
Coming into Lombok 2, the MXGP of Lombok, there was kind of a sense of unfinished business in MX2, almost redemption in many ways, because Kai de Wolf at the first round proved that he was cool, calm and collected under pressure. He went 1-1, and when you have the track in the opposite direction, you automatically assume that the same riders are going to be in the same positions because it's the same weather, the same type of track. But in this instance, you know, you couldn't have been further from what happened a week before.
And Harrup hasn't been on the box since round 1, Patagonia, Argentina, and he carves his way down the inside of Kai de Wolf. Takes third position away from the championship leader.
First and second place guys from a week before, Kai de Wolf and Andrea Bonacorsi, they were 4th and 5th, with the Italian 4th and Kai de Wolf 5th. And Langenfelder still managed to be on the podium, but instead of second, he was third.
Still trying to find his way by. The tenacious German. Harrup finally does go through, though. Bum tweak moment at the start of the waves there for Harrup. Back end swap one way and the other, but fortunately it wasn't too bad. But here comes Langenfelder once more. Shows him a wheel, shows him a bike, moves back into second. Oh, and then front wheel high, and Harrup back through into second.
Delvintor Alfarizi. Before his home GPs, he was really searching for his first championship points, and the Indonesian rounds were his opportunities. The first GP, he was solid. He got some points. Second GP, he was tampered with some mechanical issues, but he has a long way to go, but that was definitely a step in the right direction after those rounds.
Yeah, obviously my goal is to race MXGP, and yeah, I will try to do everything for it.
And Langenfelder has tipped over as well. Everts goes through. Langenfelder out of 4th. That has promoted Harrup back to 2nd overall. Here's Lucas Koonen. He is going to go 1-1. And he will win the MXGP of Lombok here.
For Harrup and Monster Energy Triumph to be on the podium for his second podium of the year, and actually the second time that he's finished second overall in his career. A massive high for him, for the team. It's 3 podiums now for the Triumph team in their debut season in MXGP and MX2. So from that side, a massive boost, I'm sure, for the journey home, validating everything that the team have been doing, not just behind the scenes this season, but during the last 3-4 years, you know, where they've been working on this project. Lucas Koenen came away with 2 race wins. So it was interesting to see how that played out the second round. What's interesting now, though, is Kay de Wolf has lost that 65-point advantage, is now on 49. So he'll now be kind of maybe just keeping an eye on the rearview mirror, because one kid is closing fast. It's his teammate Lucas Koenen. So he can't afford to be losing, you know, major points over the next few races. But yeah, up and down for a lot of riders over the 2 rounds. But the one who came away and probably had the best trip home, Lucas Koenen, with those 2 wins, cementing that second place in the championship and getting closer to his teammate. Flying to these overseas races, particular Asia and Indonesia, I've done it as a rider in the past. The first thing that you notice when you get off the plane is the heat, the humidity. And if there is no cloud cover, that heat can be intense. The breeze is hot, there's no cool air, there's nowhere to escape.
Racing motocross in any conditions raises your temperature, raises your heart rate, and being honest, if anything goes wrong in the race, it's very easy to lose your head and get hot-headed anyway.
But Geiser, it is who leads away. Hurlings is second, Villada in third, Siwa fourth, and Guadagnini there in 5th place on the Husqvarna 101. Prado in a similar position to where he was yesterday. And all of a sudden he finds himself in 3rd place behind Hurlings and Geiser.
Racing in heat like that must be so difficult, just to keep your cool, to keep control, keep that incredible balance of control and aggression that you need to go at world level motocross speeds.
We saw a few riders struggle at the first Lombok, but the second one was even hotter. So even though they'd been there 1 week and had adjusted and acclimatized, I don't think they were prepared for the intensity of the heat, you know, a week later.
Jeffrey Hurlings hits the Monster Energy finish line, wins race 1, win number 198 in the books for the Bullet.
Yeah, the weeks before, already start with some heat adaptation, let's say. We're doing some saunas and some hot bath and in the hot tubs and stuff like that to get the body used to sweat and to the heat, let's say. This is what we do normally before a hot round, let's say. Between the races, we always jump into the cool water, of course, to let the body cool as soon as possible, because you have to be ready soon for the second heat, let's say. So jump into the pool is really something you have to do, let's say, to perform the second moto, and this is what I did as well.
I think it's really easy to forget that with Andrea Bonacorsi, in such a short period of time, he's gone from being the European 250 champion to racing MXGPs at a competitive level. And we've seen that with him. He looks more comfortable on the bigger bike. He suits the 450, and that has shown in his riding.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the MXGP of Lombok, round 12 of the FI Motocross World Championship, our final race of the weekend, our final race of this trip.
From the last 7 rounds, from Galicia to Lombok 2, Jeffrey Hurlings is the only one of the top 3 riders in the championship who's finished on the podium at every one of those rounds. Tim Geiss has missed the podium twice. Prado's missed the podium 3 times. What does that tell us about how the second half of the season is already going for Jeffrey Hurlings? He looks like he's back in the mood to go winning titles, winning races.
Hurlings and Geiser once again duke it out, but it's Geiser back-to-back foxhole shots. 5th of the season for the Honda man. Where is Prado? He is in 9th place at the moment. But Jeffrey Hurlings leads the way. Look at this. Doubled his way into the whoops. No one saw that coming, not even Geiser. Jeffrey Hurlings is going to go 1-1 again here, this time in Lombok. And Jeffrey Hurlings wins the MXGP of Lombok with 2 race wins and a ramp qualifying race win as well.
Also the light there was not changing now.
Calvin Verlanderen, 3rd overall, Monster Energy Yamaha Factory MXGP, back-to-back podiums. 2nd overall, Tim Geiser. Jeffrey Hurlings, his 105th Grand Prix victory, 145th podium. The red plate still belongs in the hands of Tim Geiser. Antonio Elia Portela handing the red plate to Geiser, who goes from 22 points to 34 after his weekend here, the MXGP of Lombok.